AEW launched in 2019, and with most of its top stars signing 3 to 5 year deals, free agency hasn't really been a thing in AEW until now. Exodus season in AEW is in full swing as some of its biggest and most promising stars look to get their Cody Rhodes on. WWE's booking of Rhodes was always going to be the litmus test of how Stamford would treat an AEW star jumping ship to a rival company. And it couldn't have gone better for Cody in WWE. Well, it could have, had Cody gone over at WrestleMania 39 like he should have, but we don't have to get greedy. With limited TV time and ring time in AEW, a handful of its most prominent stars are going to be eyeing WWE, which has deep pockets and a safe landing spot for the larger athletes who tend to be put on the back burner in favor of one of the countless undersized internet wrestling Caucasians that Tony Khan will never stop pushing. Let's start with the obvious in Jade Cargill. As a muscular black woman, Jade Cargill is the opposite of the little white boys who are championed by AEW and its message board fan base. Jade Cargill became a big star despite being put on her own island with little to work with in AEW, and now she's WWE bound in the Performance Center as we speak. Jade didn't come in for a developmental contract. She secured that bag and now she's paid Cargill. WWE is reportedly working on creative for Jade to bring her in with all the fanfare she deserves and then some. I've got some creative for you. Day one of Jade Cargill, she debuts, mic in hand, revealing she's fired her old representation. Shouts to Mark Sterling. Jade then says in finding a new manager, she'll only work with the best. Enter Teddy Long. And day one of the Jade Cargill White Girl Challenge. If Jade is going to be built up through squash matches, I can't think of anything better. The whole world loves booking the black girls together, so if and when WWE puts Jade with Bianca Belair, I truly believe that this is the only combination in all of wrestling that can save the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. If Jade and Bianca were WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, those belts would be more than Reigns' dormant butterscotch belt, one that he defends every 100 days. I'm here for Jade and Bianca as Women's Tag Team Champions one of these days, but not today. Not anytime soon, because I'm more here for the Jade Cargill White Girl Challenge. Please and thank you. Brian Pillman Jr. is all but signed with WWE. Apparently, the plan is for him to work NXT. Pillman Jr. is listed on the NXT roster if you go to Wikipedia, and it'll be interesting to see how he fits in. Pillman Jr. didn't exactly light the world on fire in AEW, but WWE loves history and second-generation stars get preferential treatment. NXT is the perfect landing spot for Pillman Jr. to continue to make that show interesting, especially with WWE looking to build it up during negotiation season. If nothing else, in NXT, Brian Pillman, who famously lost his father in '97, will be far away from Christian. Wardlow might be beyond repair in AEW. Not only do championships mean nothing in AEW, but they've also been used to destroy careers. Wardlow won 3 TNT championships, and now he's worse off. Wardlow isn't under 6 feet, and he's not a boring technical professional wrestler, so that spells doom for him in AEW. He's basically the male Jade Cargill as a prototypical WWE superstar stuck in AEW. Of course, WWE is reportedly interested in Wardlow, and whenever Wardlow makes, his 5th comeback to AEW in 4 years, he'll be damaged goods in Jacksonville. There have been far too many Wardlow repackagings for me to think that he could be salvaged unless he's brought back as a heel who targets MJF. Even then, after he loses to Max, then what? WWE, that's what. Run, Wardlow, run. Welcome back to Mint Millionaire, presented by our partner, Mint Mobile. Today's contestant has made it all the way to the lightning round, and if he can name just 6 of the many benefits of Mint Mobile in 60 seconds, he'll be our next Mint Millionaire. Are you ready? I am ready. Start the clock. The nation's largest 5G network. As low as $15 per month. Owned by Ryan Reynolds. Features a family plan. Unlimited talk and text. Easy to activate with eSIM cards. That is correct. We have a winner. Congratulations. You are a Mint Millionaire. How did you do it so fast? I don't know. Don't get cheated out of your wireless bill. As part of a limited time offer, from now until the end of October, you can get premium wireless from Mint Mobile for just $15 a month. Look, can I at least get some gas money to get back to California? No! Ricky Starks is a Cody Rhodes disciple who finds himself on the wrong side of the political spectrum in AEW. Because not only is Starks close with Cody, he also supports CM Punk. Starks was hand-picked by Punk back when Tony Khan foolishly split up the locker room to create Collision. Not only did Starks and Punk work together, Ricky Starks was the only AEW star who went over CM Punk during Punk's last stint with the company. Starks gave Punk his public flowers on IG, though Starks did claim his account was hacked. Still, Starks has made public comments in support of CM Punk, and that'll hold him back now that the Elite are here to stay. I actually think Ricky Starks could be a huge star in NXT to the point where he anchors a ratings surge that even competes with Dynamite. There's always time for Starks to head to the main roster, but there are only so many roster spots on Raw and SmackDown. Ricky need not be rushed. Run, Ricky, run. Speaking of CM Punk, Punk is the final entrant on this list after flaming out of AEW. CM Punk is now on the clock for WWE, and while appearing on Cage Fury, which always seems to be his first stop after a major controversy in AEW, Punk suggested he's got 2 months before he can make his next move in wrestling. For what it's worth, Survivor Series in Chicago takes place 2 months from now in November. It'll probably take 2 months until CM Punk flames out of WWE all over again, but it'll be fun while it lasts. Punk has burned one bridge after another in his career, but he's a draw and he's white, so not only will he not be criminalized for his physical altercations, he'll be forgiven. If CM Punk somehow returns to WWE, it should be in the Edge role, a surprise Royal Rumble return, just a small handful of matches per year, and his own private dressing room that's locked from the outside until it's time for him to wrestle. WWE and AEW are basically making a trade between CM Punk and Edge, because I expect Edge to be in the CM Punk role in AEW, minus all the swinging on his coworkers. And as an honorable mention, I fully expect Andrade to land in WWE alongside his wife Charlotte Flair sometime 2024. If LWO ever goes heel, Andrade is exactly what they need to give that stable credibility. Check out this video about Cody Rhodes and The Rock and subscribe. Who do you think is jumping ship to WWE? Tell me in the comments!